welcome to the content wars, is because that is what has been going on for several years now in online marketing. Penguins and pandas have to do with Google, and we make this presentation about B2B because inbound marketing works for B2C and B2B, but we tend to favor, you know, when we're pitching this, when we're going after this business, we go after B2B because it's just it seems to be a lot more effective when you're dealing with higher ticket items, manufacturers, distributors, and things like that. But I'm going to explain what penguins and pandas are all about here in a minute. But before I do that, I need to do what we call the Marketing 101 primer. Kind of let's talk about marketing as a whole and what all categories there are. First thing we've got is outbound marketing, the traditional, the public relations. Whoops, I think I'm on the wrong slide. Yep, outbound marketing, which, you know, we call ourselves recovering outbound marketers. You know, for almost 20 years, I bought radio and television and cable and billboards and magazine ads, and then my addiction got worse. I started buying email lists, and I started spamming people and all kinds of nastiness before I hit rock bottom and discovered mobile and fell in love with mobile. And mobile led me to inbound as a philosophy. But outbound marketing is still here today and sometimes still necessary. So we've got telemarketing, direct mail, email marketing, where we purchase lists is considered outbound. Intrusive marketing like television, radio, cable, billboards, outdoor, magazines. The problem for an agency with intrusive marketing is the very low margin you can make. You know, if you buy a radio campaign for your customer, or a TV campaign, or a billboard, you're lucky to make 15% these days, and that just doesn't get it done. Then we've got public relations. Most advertising and marketing professionals are not good at public relations. The old PR is writing that press release, developing relationships with journalists and news desk editors and things like that, and pitching that client's story and making sure it's a human interest story and pitching it to the right people to get it picked up so that you get that free news-related media. However, public relations, journalists and editors, they can smell an ad guy coming. You know, they run when they see me, they run when they hear me. I've never been really good at PR. Then we get to digital media. Back in 2003, I started rebranding our ad agency as a digital media company because that was the beginning of, you know, the big Google AdWords and display banner ads and remarketing and online video and contextual marketing and behavioral marketing, some of which we still do today. Matter of fact, remarketing, which is the art of basically putting a cookie in somebody's browser and then displaying your banner ads to them all over the internet as they surf the internet. You know, basically you're stalking them and you're showing them your ads because they've been to your site before. It's still effective, but it's stalking. But people don't get it, so they don't get mad at you yet. The interesting thing about display marketing, whoops, I saw a statistic when I was at Inbound 2013 that you are more likely to birth twins than to click on a display ad. So that's an interesting fact, and we're men, so that's pretty bad. So then we get to inbound marketing. Inbound marketing has been around a while. However, Dharmesh and Brian Halligan, the CEOs of a company called HubSpot, which I try to model everything we do after HubSpot. They started about 3 years before I did. They started 3 years before I started mobile. They started the inbound thing, and they literally wrote the book Inbound Marketing. And I highly recommend that you read the book because it's going to give you a lot of good information that I won't have time to give you today. But it's not a strategy. You know, in marketing, we use a lot of strategies. We use a lot of tactics. Inbound is more of an ideology. And so if you're selling inbound to your customers, you need to make sure they understand that it's an ideology and that it has to get buy-in from the CEO to the sales force, not just the marketing department. We're going to talk about that. But the way it works is content, place, and time. The right content in the right place at the right time, and bringing people to your website because you're helping them, you're informing them, you're giving them answers or solutions. And so we're going to talk about that. It involves content marketing, SEO, social media, email marketing with opt-in or subscriber lists, mobile marketing with opt-in or subscriber list. I need to add that to this slide. And online PR, in other words, prweb.com and those type of platforms where you can write a press release, put it out there, and even though you smell like an ad guy, you still get a lot of traffic from it to your website. You're going to see the word content a lot in this slideshow because that's what it's all about. So it's ironic that we're waiting for content on your website, and content is the most important thing in your marketing strategy, and it's the thing that's the most feared. Content here used to be a 4-letter word. We hated it, but these days you have to either outsource it or do it, and you've got to take the time. What you got to do is you've got to create content, optimize the content, promote the content, convert the readers of the content into leads, and then analyze what you've done, your success metrics, and start over again. So it's a never-ending journey. The old search engine optimization involved very simply keyword meta tags, keyword densities on the page. In other words, I would have created a website that said, if you're looking for a white label SMS marketing platform, our white label SMS marketing software is the right white label SMS marketing choice for your white label SMS marketing business. Have you ever seen a website like that? It's very unfriendly, right? So that's the old way. Then we got to backlinks. The next big thing in SEO is getting lots and lots of links to point at you from lots and lots of sites. And so guys came out and invented softwares to go spam blogs and spam web 2.0 properties in order to build tons and tons of bogus backlinks to their website. But it worked. I did it. It worked. I'm ashamed, but I'm in recovery now. Copy and paste was also big. The old days, 5 years ago, we could have launched your website. All you had to do was go copy all the content on our website and paste it into yours. But now you can't do that because Google knows. So inbound marketing happened when there was a convergence of consumer behavior and technology, and it really has changed everything. And so what we're trying to do is get marketing professionals to understand that this has happened, to embrace the change, and to then go forth and change the world, and to lead marketing out of the abyss that it's been in. This consumer change has really happened because of this convergence of technology. The first technology was search engines, Google, Yahoo, Bing. The second technology is social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. The third technology is mobile. The mobile technology that we carry in our pockets gives us access 24/7 with Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G everywhere to access social media and search engines. And because we have that power as consumers, now we research everything we do, whether it's how to get home faster, whether it's what to cook for dinner tonight. We do research projects. We either go to social media and ask a question and get answers, or we go to the Google, the magic 8-ball, and we ask a question and we get an answer. Or we type in our problem and we get a solution. Google, which is primarily what we're talking about here, they want happy customers. The advertiser, the guy paying for the AdWords, the pay-per-click ads, he's not the customer. The owner of the website is not Google's customer. They really could care less about you. The person searching, the person with the problem, the person with the question, that's their customer. And so they took their old PR guy and they made him in charge of customer experience. His name's Matt Cutts. This is Matt. Matt is the head of Google's spam team. And it's Matt's job to make SEO guys lose sleep at night and lose business because what they did last week that worked is now killing their customer. And it's interesting why they're doing that. Because they want a good customer experience. They've created these algorithm changes and they keep rolling them out every couple days, every couple weeks, every couple months we see a big one. That really enhance the customer experience. In other words, make the search better for the people searching and punish all of us who've ever done any bad SEO tricks like backlinking, like keyword stuffing, or any of those other things. So the first thing that came was Panda. Panda was the algorithm change that came about a year ago, and there's been several versions since then. that basically eliminated duplicate content. So if you copied our website content and put it in your website, and I was the first one to have the content, I'm going to rank, you're not. Google can tell if you copied and pasted, and they can tell if you've copied and pasted to the exact word. They know what percentage of the content on the page and what words you've copied. So it's very important to write unique content. Even if you really want to copy it, like, you know, it's already awesome, then just use synonyms to rewrite the content. No copy and paste whatsoever. They're also looking for usability and speed. Because remember, the person searching is the customer. They want a good experience. So they want people to search something on Google, find a website, and stay there. By staying there, they know that they made a good recommendation. If they hit the back button and bounce, it's called bounce, if they bounce back to Google and keep searching, that tells Google they didn't like what Google recommended. And if Google recommends your restaurant enough times and everybody comes back and said the food sucks, your website is going to drop. It's no different. You know, I made a recommendation to a client to go to a restaurant a couple weeks ago. They sent me a text that it was a horrible experience. I'm never going to recommend that one again. It's the same concept. Speed is also very important. Google came out and very blatantly said, look, site load speed, page load speed is now a search signal. So make sure your site pages are loading quickly. Recently, we did a study. We need to add to this slideshow we didn't do the study. Actually, another large organization did a study, but we did our own internal study which confirmed the findings. That it really has nothing to do with page load speed, but it has everything to do with server speed. It's called time to first byte, TTFB. The speed at which your server could process the data request and send the first byte of data back to the browser. That has everything to do with your ranking. It's the easiest and fastest signal for Google to measure. And so paying more for better hosting is now an SEO investment. And this is something that we're telling everybody because most people scrimp and cheap on hosting. They complain about $30 or $40 a month hosting, and they should be spending $500 a month because they're going to rank higher. Moving on. Then came Penguin. Penguin is Google's web spam algorithm. That's what they call it, which aims to improve search by decreasing the rankings of spam sites and those using black hat SEO. Again, quoted from Google. If you have backlink software that has built you backlinks, if you've paid backlink companies to backlink your website, you're not ranking as high as you used to, I promise. And then they reward websites that are featuring compelling experience for users, i.e. compelling and unique content that is valuable and contextually relevant to the person searching. So, Google penalizes you for spammy backlinks, paid backlinks, too many keywords on the page. That's all old SEO. Penguin rewards sites for natural-looking link structures. Let me explain. There are tools that you can get a hold of that you can see your link structure. You can see all the backlinks that come to your website and what those backlinks say and what site those backlinks are from and what page rank or trust those websites have. Back in the old spammy SEO days, we used to pay for backlinks or go get backlinks that said things like SMS white label or mobile marketing software, or in your case, mobile marketing platform or mobile marketing company. Google now takes a look at all of your links as a whole and they say, okay, what percentage are keyword links? What percentage are naked links? A naked link is like www.yourdomain.com or click here or my site or more info. Those are naked links. Keyword links are like mobile marketing software, mobile marketing company. Those are keyword links. And then they do a pie chart. If you have more than 10% of your backlinks, so let's say you got 100 links coming in and 11 of them say mobile marketing, well, chances are you're not going to rank for mobile marketing at all because you are tripping a trigger saying that you've got an out of whack, you've got too many keyword links for the same word. If you have more than 25% of your links with the word mobile in them, you're not going to rank because then you've got a partial match trip. If you don't have any naked keyword links or naked links, you're not going to rank. You know, if you, and then the last one is called do follow and no follow. It used to be, back in the old days of SEO, that you wanted to have all your links be do follow, meaning that Google can follow that link to you and give you that Google juice. Today, and so that's all we went and got, right? That's all we went and built. Now Google flipped the script and said, you need to have at least as many no follow links as you do follow. No follow links are links from things like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and any other Web 2.0 property. And recently Google came out and made all of us make sure that our links in our press releases were no follow as well. So no follow links are now very important, because if you're not in social media, if you're not getting tweeted and retweeted, if you're not getting shared on Facebook, you don't exist, according to Google. And that's why the last one here is social signals. I have found through my own study, and I'm very confident that social signals have more to do with SEO than any other factor there is. Even though Google's telling us it's more like 5%, 6%, I think it's way stronger than that. Because I run a Facebook page with 25,000 fans that gets tens of thousands of shares a day, and I always include my e-commerce store link in them, and I'm surpassing tons and tons of other sites rapidly with a brand new website that was launched a week ago. It's amazing how fast. And so you have to be talking on Twitter and talking on Facebook to the right people and saying the right things and getting them to share you, comment on it, like it, tweet it, retweet it, and all that. They also measure good site design. They're measuring good site design to see if you're bouncing people, right? You don't want bounce rate. If you cut your bounce rate in half, you double your leads. It's that simple. If you're getting 100 people a day to your website and your bounce rate is 50%, and you cut your bounce rate to 25%, you're going to double the leads you get out of those 100 people, because 2 times the people are going to stay. It's simple math. And so to do that, you want to create a sticky homepage, something that screams, you have found the right site. Within seconds of getting there, they have to feel comfortable and know they're in the right place. You have to have a good design. We recommend some parallax. Parallax is a new code style that makes your website awesome. I don't know, does your website, does his website have parallax? Yes, no?
I believe so.
Okay. No autoplay sound or video. You don't want to do that. That scares people away, especially when they're laying next to their wife in bed at night and they hit a website and start screaming at them. Back button is getting hit real fast, because it's easier to hit the back button than it is the volume. Give them what they want in 3 seconds. So what have we learned? Today, content is crucial, social is a must, and we're missing a slide. I don't know what happened to it, but AdWords will always be needed. The slide that's missing about AdWords always being needed was pretty cool, because after Google rolled out Penguin to increase their customer experience and make their customers happier, their searchers, ironically, their revenue from AdWords, which was over $1 billion a day already, went up 41%. So what does that tell you? Are they really caring about customer experience, or did they make that algorithm change to force us all to have to buy more AdWords? Interesting. Yeah, 41% on $1 billion a day. That's a lot of money. Okay, so welcome to the content wars, where all brands must become publishers. And that is what inbound marketing is all about. In inbound marketing, content is the workhorse. Just like in mobile marketing, SMS is the workhorse. So today, you want to be blogging, you want to be doing press releases on a monthly basis, you want to make sure you spend time writing and rewriting your site copy, and you want to be engaged in social media. And while you're doing those things, you need to put the litmus test against every one of them. When you're writing a blog or press release, your web page copy, or a social media post, ask yourself, am I being helpful or informative? Or at the very least, am I being cute or funny, right? Social media, you can get away with cute or funny. Babies, puppies, and kitties work extremely well. But in the real world, we got to make sure that we're being helpful and informative. Because why? Because the people doing the research projects, they're looking for answers to questions or solutions to problems. So if we're writing the answers to their questions or the solutions to their problems, We're going to answer their question or solve their problem, which makes them love us, which comes back to branding, which comes back to trust, which comes back to conversion. So it's all about writing content that answers questions and solves problems, being helpful and informative. A company that blogs 16 to 20 times a month doubles their traffic. Now, most people say to me, TJ, what the hell am I going to blog about? Who the heck reads this stuff? When am I going to find the time? And what's the effing point? Well, the point is that if you find the time or outsource to an inbound marketing company, and again, this is if you want to become an inbound marketing company, this is where you can generate revenue. If you blog 4 to 5 times per week, you're going to double your clients' traffic, especially if your blog titles are questions or problems and your blog body is answers. Your blog body should be at least 650 words and include at least one image. But you're going to double your clients' traffic. You're going to double your traffic if you do that. So the question is, if it takes 3 hours to write a 650-word blog and really do a good job at it, and you're going to do 4 of those a week, that's 12 hours. Can you invest 12 hours of your time weekly into doubling the traffic on your website? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you can't, there's plenty of content marketing companies like ours that can do that for you. But instead of investing 12 to 15 hours of your week, you're going to pay $2,000 or $3,000 a month because it's a lot of work, right? So blogging also equals leads. Those companies that blog 16 to 20 times a month get 3 times more leads because their content is awesome. We are proof of this. When we started the Anchor Mobile blog and we stopped blogging about ourselves and our software, and we started blogging about the industry and answering questions and solving problems, our traffic went through the roof and our leads got a lot better. So answer questions. Product competitor comparisons are also very good. You know, let's say you have a client and your client is Pepsi. You know, you might want to write a blog, Coke versus Pepsi. You know, people search that stuff, and so you know, obviously you want to be careful not to do anything that's going to get you sued in the comparison. But competitive blogs are good, problem solution, and occasionally some PR. Most people blog and most people social media way too much about PR. It's all me, 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 me. Look at what we done. Look at our new truck. Look at our new logo. Look at Lauren, the new girl we hired. Isn't she pretty? And nobody cares. They care about them. And so what you need to do is help them, inform them, be of service to them. And that is what inbound marketing is all about. And so I'm going to click this little deal here because I give an example. What I've done here is I've searched mobile marketing statistics 2013 on Google. And last time I checked this, yes, Anchor Mobile is on page 1 nationally, although we have sunk down towards the bottom of the page. And it's a blog post. So earlier in the year, we wrote a blog, Mobile Marketing Statistics 2013, that will blow your mind. And it's been tweeted 10 times. It's been shared on LinkedIn 11 times. Thus, the blog is getting us social signals. The blog is creating backlinks to our site. The blog is doing way more than just allowing us to get found in Google, but it's doing that too. And so when advertising agencies or marketing companies are looking for statistics for their pitch, because that's a problem they have, they need statistics, they search that, they find us, we provide the answer, and next thing you know, they love us because we gave them all this great data that they can use in their pitch. And then when they get to the bottom of the blog, holy crap, there's an ebook for marketing agencies, and there's an ebook for Facebook mobile marketing. Now we're talking about inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is creating that content that people love, answering their questions, solving their problem, being helpful, being informative, using blogs, using press releases, getting them to the site, and then hitting them with a call to action. The call to action is typically for premium content. Premium content is an ebook, a white paper, a case study, a list, the top 10 things you must know about mobile marketing before you start. Anything. It's a PDF is what it is. And so you take that call to action and you create a landing page, and on that landing page you stop selling you. You sell the content. This ebook is awesome, and here's why. Matter of fact, you are going to see today we are rolling out the biggest ebook, the one that's taken us the longest to do, and you're going to want it, Eric. You're going to want it. You need to read it. It's about 50 pages. It's all right out of my head. It's called SMS Marketing, the Complete Guide. And it's probably my first step to actually writing a real book. But that ebook will get us probably 300 to 500 leads quickly, probably within a couple days. And then we'll have to hire salespeople just to handle them. Good problem to have, right? So the landing page sells the ebook or the paper, the white paper, the case study. For example, the agency for Costa Sunglasses called this morning. They said their Kenny Chesney campaign is almost done because we've had a keyword running at every Kenny Chesney concert this summer. And they said, is there anything we need to do to wrap this up with you guys? And I said, well, not really, but I'll tell you what. If you could get me the data on how many people showed up at each concert, that'd be awesome because then we could do a case study. I mean, think about that. I'm going to have data from every Kenny Chesney concert all summer long. How many people were there? How many people texted Kenny? And that's going to be a great case study that I can offer to people. And I can in turn ask those people for their contact information in order to get my case study. So I created premium content as bait. Like my content marketer shirt says, my content brings all the prospects to the yard. So to get the ebook, you have to fill out this ridiculous form. Most people, when filling out a form, want to give you the basics: name, email, phone number, address, if that. But when they're getting something in return of tremendous value that they feel is going to be helpful or informative, they'll fill out this ridiculous form. They'll give me their name, last name, company name, email, phone number, web URL, role at the company, business owner, CEO, marketing, sales, IT. I want to know who they are because there's a different way to sell to them, right? If somebody's from IT, they want software that works. They want software that's safe. If somebody's from finance, they want software that's cheap. If it's the CEO, he's somewhere in between. So we know how to approach them. My company is best described as marketing agency, advertising agency, PR firm, web design, SEO, social media, or other. I can segment my data. Everybody that downloads this list, I can send an ad agency email to the ad agency guys. I can send a PR email to the PR guys. I can send an SEO email to the SEO guys because now I can segment my list and I can send them emails that are contextually relevant to what they're interested in. Then we get to the next question. What's your annual sales? And what's your biggest challenge in mobile? We actually added this one because we started seeing a trend at our front line. Our salespeople, Becky included, started telling us that we were getting a lot of business from our competitors, from Avid Mobile, from Lime Cellular. They were coming to us saying, hey, we're frustrated with our current vendor's capabilities and we like what your system can do. And so we added this question. What's your biggest challenge in mobile? Prospecting, finding business, pricing, sales, or current vendor capabilities? Every single form that's been filled out since the day we added this says current vendor capabilities. First of all, that makes me really happy. Second of all, it gives us incredible ammunition when we make the call to say, we see that thanks for filling out the form and getting our ebook. Did you find it helpful and informative? Oh yeah, it was great. Or I haven't had a chance to read it yet. We noticed when you filled out the form that you're frustrated with your current vendor capabilities. Tell me about the problems you're having. Then the conversation begins. That's inbound marketing. It's not just about the content. It's not just about the call to action. It's not just about the landing page and the form. It goes all the way through the sales process. And going back to the presentation, which is here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Press releases monthly. I highly recommend you do them. That is a service that we offer. We are actually cheaper than doing it through PR Web. We'll write them for you and publish them for $250 because we do so many of them a month. We get a discount. But anyway, that's just a little sales pitch there. But I recommend you do one a month. Always find news about your company, especially if you're a startup. Write your own story. Write your own story. If you haven't created some story or news about your business every month, then you're not doing the startup you're not doing your best to get it growing. You've got to write your story every month, and press releases are a great way to do that. They also get you leads, credibility, and quality traffic to your website. I'm going to take SEO backlinks off of this because Google came out a month ago and said, hey, backlinks from your press release hurt now. So for years we've been buying these press releases to get the SEO goodness, and now they'll hurt us. But to answer that, now PR Web has gone in and made all those links no follow, so they don't hurt. They now become no follow links, which are good, right? So here's an example of how press releases work. We have a client called Pick the Gift. Pick the Gift is an e-commerce website. So this is a direct-to-consumer inbound marketing example. And we did a press release about their made in the USA iPhone cases. Okay. So what I've done here is I've Googled personalized made in the USA iPhone case. Very long tail search. But when I search that, PR Web is #1. And when I click on that, it takes me to the press release. And in the press release, there's a call to action and a link to where I can go buy the made in the USA iPhone case for $19.95. I can create it myself, put my own picture on it, and do all that. And so in a case where we could not get their website to #1 for that search, we used a press release to do it. Social media is all about getting people talking about you. You know, when you were the class clown in school, the idea was to get everybody talking about you. Do you see that shit that TJ did? Oh my God, he's so funny, right? He got kicked out of class. He's sitting in the hallway. He's awesome. I want to date that kid. Not that that ever happened. But you want to get people talking about you. Before you get started though, and if you do this for your customers, listen to this. If you do this for your customers, if you manage their social media, follow this protocol. Follow this procedure and you will win every time. The first thing you want to do is do some workshops with your employees or with your customers to identify the voice of the business. The voice of the business is very simply, if this company was a person and that person was putting stuff on Facebook or Twitter, what's that person like? It's a fictitious, imaginary, totally abstract game. But is this company a 40-year-old white guy that owns a Corvette and plays golf on the weekend and likes to go fishing, and he's conservative and listens to Rush Limbaugh? Or is this company a 32-year-old woman that enjoys Coach? She has Coach and Burberry purses and likes to go to yoga, and she works out 3 times a week, and she likes to garden. You know, you have to create the fictitious person. The reason you create that is very simple, because when we encounter these companies that are doing Facebook or Twitter or whatever all wrong, typically you have the marketing director who's a 30-something-year-old female. She's got admin privileges and she posts. So does her 22-year-old intern from college, who's also a female. Then you've got the CEO, who's a 68-year-old white guy that drives a BMW and is part of the local, golf set. And then you also have his kid, because his 18-year-old knows more about social media than anybody at the company, right? And so he's letting him post too. So now, if all the 4 of those people are posting stuff, does that company have a personality disorder? Absolutely. And so you have to create the voice, especially if you're going to be posting for them, because you're not posting as you, you're posting as that persona, right? So you create the voice, and everybody that is posting on there has to accept that when you're posting as this person. Then you identify your theme. Themes are very cool, like our theme on Anchor Mobile. And Anchor Mobile is the most failed Facebook page on earth because all of our customers are white label, and so none of you guys will like anything. So frustrating. But the theme is mobile, it's SMS, it's pager, it's mobile web, it's mobile app, it's everything mobile. It's also advertising and marketing and inbound, and we have all these things make up the theme, so that when we go find content and curate that content and share that content from other places, we know what kind of content we should be curating. Content curation is a buzzword you can use with your client. Content curation is similar to starting your own museum. If I hand you a blank checkbook and I said, I just bought a 7,000 square foot building on Main Street, Eric, go put a museum in there. The first thing you're going to say is, TJ, what's the theme? You know, do you want, you know, old Gothic? Do you want, you know, do you want Picasso? What do you want? And so you have to identify the theme. So you've got a voice and you've got a theme, and now you can go to town. As long as you remember to be funny, helpful, informative, or otherwise engaging. Make them have an engaging moment. Make them laugh out loud. LMAO, LOL, OMG. You want that engagement. Entertain them, and they will buy from you repeatedly. Also on Facebook, use full-size images. Images get more engagement than status posts or links, for sure. All this together is inbound marketing, and I've only scratched the surface. I am going to be offering an in-depth 8-class course on inbound marketing, primarily for marketing departments, and it's a little on the pricey side. We're doing the webinar series for $800. We're doing the in-class series for $3,500, and we're going to be doing those probably 4 times a year. But there's so much to learn, and the college professors are not teaching this stuff. So, inbound, content brings them in. Calls to action, maps them to the landing page where it promotes the premium content. The forms capture the prospect data to the CRM, the Customer Relationship Management Program. And then you use your customer persona list segmentation. You know, you get to learn about your customers and segment them into lists. You nurture them using your text messages and your emails that are relevant to them. No newsletters, okay? Relevant. And then if you're really badass and you have a CRM or a ERP or some bigger company software to manage all your customers, you can actually take something like HubSpot and connect it so that you can get closed loop reporting. And closed loop reporting is, even Anchor Mobile hasn't done that yet. We're actually making the move to do that right now, because we're going to dump the CRM we have. We're going to spend the stupid money to go to Salesforce so that we can plug HubSpot into Salesforce so that I can see every dollar I make from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, landing pages, ebooks. I can see $2 content. And I can focus on what works and abandon what doesn't. And so that is ultimately your goal. Make marketing people love. Marketing automation helps small companies do that very effectively. Simplifying repetitive processes, consolidating reporting, increasing conversions, tracking customer activity, and reporting on return on investment is all stuff that the CEOs care about. And so let's look at this. Track customer activity. Okay, I'm going to go to HubSpot real quick. Actually, I'm going to do it off screen because I've got a lot of customers and I don't want anybody to see what customers are there. So give me a second. When I log into HubSpot, it asks me which company do I want to log in as, because I don't, but my team manages lots of companies, HubSpot's for them. But I'm going to take you into Anchor Mobile, and I'm going to go to my contacts homepage. And again, I'm just not showing this because I don't need everybody to see all these contacts. You know, those guys from Avid and Lime are watching, they'll be foaming at the mouth. And then I'm going to search you, Eric. And let's see here. Let me search a little bit more. I got a lot of Erics in there. Is that spelled right? Okay, there he is.
And Facebook won't probably post that.
All right. So the first time we touched you was 23 days ago. The last touch was an hour ago. Because we don't do the closed loop, you're still showing as a lead. But here's the cool thing about HubSpot tracking. I can see that you opened my email yesterday, Coffee is for HubSpotters, the Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross parody video, and that you clicked it and watched the video. I can see that you have gone and went to the mobile marketing as an ebook contact form and filled that out, and that you're a business owner and that you're B2B, and you're also frustrated with your current vendor capabilities. I hope that's not because we're your current vendor. And then I can see your activity. I can see the emails that you opened, the pages that you went to on our website, when you became a lead, the landing pages that you've been to, the blog posts that you've read. You read the Health-Rich SMS patent lawsuit fails blog, and you read that on Sunday, August 11th at 11:01 p.m., which was probably just a few minutes after I published the thing. So I can see how much you're interacting with our content. I can also, so if you were in the sales process, Becky could say, hey, I saw you read the blog last night. What do you think about that? It gives reasons to engage with your customers. But inside HubSpot, you can do a lot of awesome stuff. All your blogging, all your social media, all your reporting for your customers, all of that is right here. HubSpot is, we'll do if you want to do an offline presentation on HubSpot, we can send you some videos. Might even be able to get you a demo account set up. It is a fairly expensive software, but it's absolutely worth it. It's around $200 a month to start. And the value and the cost of the software is based on how many contacts you have. So since I have like 10,000, I'm paying out the rear. But and I say out the rear, I'm close to $1,000 a month. But I can't afford not to use it. So at $200 a month, and it probably, to get all the features, you'd probably end up around $500 or $600 a month. But you could start around $200. And HubSpot makes your website marketing, your internet marketing, your inbound marketing, if you use it, it makes it very, very successful. And it gives you the tools to constantly tweak and make it better, never ending. Without it, you can still do everything we've talked about. You can still create landing pages and download forms and all of that. You can still use Google Analytics to see who's coming to the website and whatnot, but you're just not going to get this much information, and it's not all going to be in one place. So that is just a little bit of a pitch for HubSpot. We have decided because almost all of our customers are marketing companies and marketing professionals and advertising agencies and the like, we've decided, because HubSpot works so well for us, that we've partnered with HubSpot to basically say, hey, to all of our agency partners, you guys should be using HubSpot too. And if you use HubSpot, we will help you use HubSpot because we're a certified partner and we can do that. And also by using HubSpot as a referral of ours, you do not have to pay the $2,000 onboarding fee that HubSpot requires new partners to pay, because we are going to train you and we are going to set you up so that they don't have to. So that's the value that Anchor Mobile brings if you decide to go with HubSpot. But HubSpot is something that you can sell to your clients as well. Matter of fact, after Inbound 2013, we made a conscious decision that if a client wants to engage with Anchor for inbound marketing services, HubSpot is not an option. They have to get HubSpot. If they don't get HubSpot, we won't work for them. And the reason for that is it makes reporting easier. It makes success showing easier. It makes our job easier. And if they're paying us $100 to $150 an hour to do their marketing, and let's say they're paying us $3,000 a month. If they're paying us $3,000 a month, that's 30 hours a month we can work on their project. But if it takes me 6 hours a month just to put the reporting together, because I have to go to create an Excel spreadsheet from Google Analytics and from Constant Contact and from my WordPress site and all this stuff, if I've got to do all that and I have to spend 6 hours just doing a report every month, that's 6 hours I'm not going to spend publishing new content and creating new SEO, creating new social media, So by using HubSpot, they get a whole lot more efficiency out of us, and we retain more business. Matter of fact, a customer that uses a HubSpot partner has 18% more success than one that does not.